Yo, what's happening, guys? It's your boy Kyeezi, the Tall Wonder. I am the host of the greatest drive time show to ever hit the planet, The Great Drive, on Good Hope FM, Cape Town's original, Monday to Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. Apart from The Great Drive, I am a DJ, I'm a master of ceremonies, aka an MC, I'm a culture curator. Yeah, there's a lot of titles I have. I can't get to all of them in one go, but there's quite a bit of stuff that I do. But on top of everything, I'm just a guy who found a way to express himself and make a living out of expressing myself. So yeah.
I just want to take you back to 2010.
All right, cool.
Mr. Coca-Cola.
That's crazy.
Close to the World Cup, Mr. Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
5,000 people.
Yeah.
Just take me back to that and how that came about.
Bro, so when I was Mr. Coca-Cola for the World Cup, I remember we were running an activation station, and it would include obviously being the host of that activation station, some few moments on stage, but that was when I started off, I was still on campus radio at the time doing community radio, and this opportunity came and I couldn't sleep on it because of how big the stage and the opportunity was. And at the time I was a bit younger, and I had this crazy voice when I'd MC shows that could just get thousands of people going. And that was the perfect stage at the right time. And yeah, for the World Cup, when it was here in South Africa, I was known as Mr. Coca-Cola. That's kind of crazy because I've been known for a few other things. Mr. Extra Savings at ShopRite, for that. What else is there? Oh yeah, at some point I was Mr. Interior Design for the TV work that I've done. Oh yeah, I'm a TV presenter too. Yeah, yeah, man. I think right now I'm Mr. Great Drive. Yeah, actually.
Mr. Great.
Yeah, Mr. Great Drive, Mr. Great, and I guess it's when you get an opportunity to do something to really embody it and take it full on, like just go into whatever it is that you're doing and allow it to take you and you become it. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. So fast forward to 2012, you went to the MTV-based DJ search. Right?
Yeah.
But you made the top 40.
Yeah.
And then in 2013 you went back and you made the top 10. So when you made the top 40, was you sort of dropped, and then in 2013, what did it feel like when you made the top 10?
Oh, that's so crazy. By the way, good research, Brody.
Thanks, man.
Good research, bro. Jeez, not a lot of people know this story. All right, cool. So the first time I entered the MTV-based VJ search, I was actually working at a bank. I used to work with ATM, self-service banking. And at the time, and I must give her credit, my ex-girlfriend told me, you're really passionate about music, you're really passionate about the culture, go try to be a TV presenter for MTV Base. So then I just went and I was like, okay, you know what, I can try this, I can talk about music all day. Made it to the finalist of that, and I think that's where I realized that, wait a minute, you can actually build a career out of taking in all the stuff that you know and sharing it with other people. So then, after that competition, I mean, I had no presenter experience, nothing. And I was like, how is it possible that I made it as a finalist? So then I thought, if I made it as a finalist, not having done anything towards it really, what would happen if I committed myself to it? So I dropped my job. That year, funny enough, I dropped my banking job, and I actually wanted to start a talent management company. That didn't work out, and then I heard that the auditions are coming back the following year, and every single day I practiced for hours just in front of the mirror. I was staying in an observatory at the time, and then I made it again to being a finalist, and I didn't win. But at that point, I knew that, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
And then that takes you to 2013 when you entered the Group FM DJs, the campus DJ search.
Yeah.
Right? What university did you enter from?
Bro, so it's so funny. The presenter search, the Group FM DJ search, I actually entered twice. The first time was when I was at UWC as a student, just before I left for my corporate job. And then the campus DJ search came back again and I entered the wild card. And the wild card, I remember we were in Canal Walk, but we weren't able to enter as UCT Radio because they never had it at the campus. So all the UCT radio presenters, everyone came to Canal Walk. And I remember specifically that specific day because the finalist was actually, who is currently my colleague, Carissa Cupido. And she was also my colleague at UCT Radio. So we entered this competition and wild card, you're in the middle of Canal Walk, there are thousands of people who don't know you, who are literally just listening to you behind a microphone. And somehow I managed to win that stage, became a finalist, and then you go up against all the other varsities, that being Varsity College, UWC, CPUT, and I never won the competition, I never won the DJ search. But our programming manager made a big mistake, a big mistake that I think I picked up on. And for the competition, for the instructions, they were sending us SMSs, meaning that I had his number. And I was dead broke. I remember I was dead broke, bro. But if I would have like a 20 rand, I remember you used to be able to get airtime for 5 rand. Yeah. So from that 20 rand, I'd take 15, maybe buy myself something small, buy myself 5 rand airtime, contact the programming manager and say, hey, I know you guys said that we all have a future in radio. I was hoping, I know you guys have your winner. And he said, eventually he got annoyed enough with my phone calls and he told me, look, man, the station doesn't have slots available right now. All you can do is come to the SABC and practice. And I said, okay, cool. And I came to the SABC every day for about 7-8 months. I came to practice every single day. And we used to use the old school studio, so you used to be able to record your links. So I'd record my links and then I'd take them to Grant, who's our music compiler. I'd take them to MD, who was our programming compiler at the time. And I'd also take it to Mr. Miller, who's our programming manager. And I'd just tell them to listen and what can I work on? Because I had this show on UCT Radio at the time, which I did once a week. And then lo and behold, something happened with one of the employees here. And they said, look, man, we need you to stand in, or do you think you're ready to go on air and stand in? And this isn't even like a fancy stand-in. This is like a stand-in between 2 and 6 on a Saturday morning.
Was that your show called, I think it was Run CPT?
Run CPT. That was the name of the show. So then I had to stand in for one show. I made my own poster. I broadcasted it all over my social media. And the rest is history. Yeah.
Okay, can I touch on, still in 2013, you hosted the meet and greet with Most Def.
Yeah.
And then he showed up in 2014 and you hosted the New Year's Experience.
Yeah.
So how was it meeting Most Def? Like one of those iconic hip-hop artists, being a music.
Yo, bro. So actually, let me tell you how I met Most Def the first time. Most Def, and I'll admit this, and kids, please don't be like me. Actually, I won't admit it. It's fine. You won't know. I was walking in Long Street. And there's this spaza shop, and I went in to go get myself a bottle of water. I remember I was walking to Heating Hall. Heating Hall is where you get the free shuttles that take you to UCT. I didn't have money, so I tried to get a taxi to town, walk all the way to the top of Heating Hall, take a shuttle, at least then I'm traveling for free, sharp. So now I'm walking there and I'm grabbing a water. I remember this specific spaza shop. I'm grabbing this water. As I turn around to pay, this dude is just looking at me. And I look at him, I'm like, what's up? And I go, wait a minute, yo, you're Most Def. you are most deaf. And he's like, Yasin Bey. I'm like, yeah, cool, bro. And then I asked him, yo, can I take a picture with you? And he said, no, don't take a picture. And I was like, all right, cool, no problem. It's whatever. Sharp. Now I meet him at Boston Society, which was a store that we were working on. Like I was a culture guy there. When I say culture guy, I used to like throw events there and stuff. And then these guys are like, yo, listen, we're gonna do a meet and greet with Most Def. He's gonna do a show. Most Def comes, they say, we're gonna do a meet and greet in K. We want you to host it. And I'm like, snap. Man, I met this guy, and when I met him, he was a little bit, I didn't know how it was gonna go. So then he comes to the meet and greet, and I kid you not, the first person he walks to, he's like, yo, man, you're that dude who didn't force a picture with me. You were just chilling. I was like, oh, snap, yeah. And then after that, which is kind of crazy, and I can only say it now, this could be a claim to fame, I guess. Yo, bro, I met his whole family. I met his wife, I met his kids, I met his mom. He was staying in town. He let us come to chill at his place. But like, I think that experience taught me something that I've probably used for the whole of entertainment. Like, you need to know when to separate like content for social media and things that will pop off for genuine human interactions. And from there, I just felt like, no man, this guy is a genuine guy. I'd run into him still. I remember there was this one time, I was in Long Street having a meeting and he was walking up the street. I could see him, but the people facing me couldn't see him. So I told him, yo, in the next 20 seconds, something crazy is about to happen. Just stay calm and keep it moving. And he was on his way to the mosque. So we're sitting outside. He's like, yo, okay, what's good? How you doing, bro? I'm like, cool, man, off to mosque. He's like, yeah. And he keeps walking. And the people I'm having a meeting with, they're like, yo. I'm like, I know, it's Most Def. He lives here. He lives around the corner. Relax, he's just like the rest of us. But that taught me that, actually. That experience, now that I think about it, it taught me that it doesn't matter how big of a star you are, bro. People are people. You know what I mean? So yeah, does that answer you?
Yes, that answers.
All right, cool.
So you spoke about being a culture kid. I want to talk about the relationship with head honcho.
Yeah.
You hosted the summer picnic in 2014.
Yeah.
And then you did another event with them and the adversities.
Yeah.
Let's talk about being a culture kid and your relationship with head honcho.
Yo, bro, like head honcho, I can confidently say head honcho were probably the spearheads towards making hip hop and popular culture something that comes directly to the people. In the sense of, you no longer had to just watch music videos online and see your favorite rappers wearing all the cool clothes and all the beautiful girls. Like, these dudes really did it on that level, and to be a part of that crew, I was at that time, and this is what's crazy. That was back then I was MCing. Yeah, so if you're an MC and you're watching this, I've been there, bro. I've been there, I've done that, all right? But that was back then, and these dudes were really about spearheading expression. You know, like, if you're creative and you've got really cool ideas, put it on a t-shirt. You know what? Put it on the stage. Do it, and let's get people into our local market. They were really the spearheads of that, so shout out to them.
I want to touch on one of the most sort of proud moments of your career. I read that in 2016 you told a certain fashion company that the proudest moment that you had was when your dad called you up and he said that it wasn't a question of what are you doing anymore, they supported you.
Yeah.
They were like, over here for you and want to support you. How did that feel for your dad to finally take you what you wanted to do?
Okay, so these are great questions.
Because you did drop out of university to pursue this career and become who you are today.
Yeah.
So it couldn't have been an easy.
What's up, D? How you doing, sir? No, I gotta greet the yo. When you see Grandmaster, everything stops. You greet the Grandmaster. All right, so I need to give you context, right? My father has a PhD, meaning that he's not Mr., he's doctor. And my father relocated our family twice. Hence, and this is a question that people always ask, why do I talk the way I talk? It's because I grew up outside of the country and then I came back into the country. So we lived in America in 1993 to 1994, came back, and then we lived again in 1997 right up until, what's 3 years? Until 2000. Then we moved back to South Africa again. And the whole premise was, this is this is during the end of apartheid into basically post-apartheid. So my father, what he wanted to study and be a professional at, he couldn't do in this country. So instead of sort of letting his circumstances beat him, he relocated his whole family. I mean, can you imagine relocating a whole family, bro, to another country with the currency that our country has? Working 3 jobs while you're there, then having to still do your studies at the same time, and then having your wife also have to study and work. So for me, the reason it was such a proud moment that my dad was like, yo, you're really doing this, is because I've seen my dad do three different jobs and study at the same time to barely make ends meet. Do you know what I mean? I've seen my mom have to relocate to a completely different country where you can't speak your native tongue. We can't speak Xhosa. You're literally around everything that's new and you have to make do, you know? So that was probably my proudest moment, because it's like, this is the guy I've modeled work ethic and basically your ability to do whatever the hell it is that you want. I mean, think about it. 1993, you're a guy and you're a lady and you want to relocate your black family to another country to just get a qualification. That's crazy. And on top of that, now you've got 3 kids. That's a lot, you know what I mean? So the older I get, the more I realize like how hard it must have been for my parents. So when my dad calls me and he's like, yo, dude, like you're really working and you're pushing at a level that I never thought you could push, and we've got your back because we understand that this is who you are and what you're about. The rest was history. I was like, all right, cool, God's got my back, my parents got my back, I'm nice, let's get it.
Have you defined success? I mean, you've been doing it for what, 13 years since Mr. Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
It's now 2023 and
Yeah.
you're seen as Kyeezi little one.
Yeah.
You know, GQ Black Excellence.
Thank you, bro.
Red and Master UCT, run CPT,
Yeah.
all the way to the Great Drive. How do you define success?
Your ability, success for me is your ability to impact your community in a positive way. I think I will probably reach higher heights because I want to reach higher heights. And if you listen to that line and for one moment you think that this guy's arrogant, I'm not arrogant, I'm just aware of where I want to go. And I'm unapologetically like, no, I'm gonna go there, you know? Does it make other people feel uncomfortable? Yes, it does, because it's a reflection to say, if this guy can do it, we breathe the same air, we have the same amount of time, then my hope is when you get past that, you actually realize that, wait, if he can do it, I can do it too. And that is success for me. That's where I can go and be like, oh snap, there are 3 or 4 better versions of me. Do you know what I mean? Like forget me, there are 4 of you guys, and I can't wait to when the world catches on to you. So greatness to me is your ability to unlock greatness with other people. Success is your ability to look and say, this is how I've affected these people in a positive way. Do I want to make money? Hell yeah. Do I want a nice car? Hell yeah. Do you want a nice car? Hell yeah. But you don't want a nice car by yourself. You want other people to have nice cars too. I want to have fresh kicks. He wants to have fresh kicks. We all want to have fresh kicks. Why can't we get it? Who's stopping us? Why not? If DJ Kyeezi comes through, you see him, you won't see this on camera, but he's got fresh kicks. I want fresh kicks too. So I'm gonna ask Kyeezi what I gotta do to get to your level. And if Kyeezi's a really cool guy, he's gonna unlock my ability to get there. That's always been the thing for me. It's like, yo, I become better when I make other people better. You feel me?
Okay, so since it's youth month, I'm gonna leave you with something. A gift given and not enjoy it is like a flower that blossoms.
To the members of the youth, I think that quote, a gift given is like and not used. And not enjoyed. So basically it's like the gifts that you have, your ability, your talent, your creativity. First off, that stuff was bestowed upon you, right? And especially to the generation that we live in now, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it because I'm at the age where I can, If you are a person of color, you are almost obligated to open some sort of door and break some sort of barrier for the next 5 people to follow. We are working on a slope where we were on the back foot. So there's no excuse for any of us to not go out there and try our best. We are obligated. In order to change this country, you gotta change yourself. Don't look at the leadership. They're not here for you, they're not here for me. You got to take onus upon yourself. Stop complaining about the world, be the change you wanna see. So if you are gifted with something and you have an ability, you are doing a disservice to the world by not living out your ability and your dreams. Imagine being so talented at something and not working hard on it for everyone's enjoyment. What kind of world are we living in? And I'm not gonna lie, you guys are meeting me, this interview is happening in a very patriotic time in my life, where I'm realizing that I'm obligated to be great on radio. I'm obligated to make sure that there are other kids who are great on radio. I'm obligated to be successful because we need to teach the next generation of kids what success looks like. That's Black excellence. Black excellence is not sitting on top of the mountain with all the money by yourself. Black excellence is your ability to say, we can do it, and we are doing it. Silicon Valley, where they build all the amazing apps, they don't build the app and then launch it, they build it while they're launching it. So they're saying that we drive the car while we make it. And that's what I've been doing. I'm learning everything. I'm learning business, I'm learning radio, I'm learning all this stuff. But I'm doing it while learning. And I'll never stop learning. That's why I'm not gonna lie, we have the best great drive show in the world. It's 3 hours of electrifying radio with a group of people who want to learn how to be the best at it. Woo! That was fire. That needs to go in a book. Yo, somebody write a book. Are you writing this down? You writing it down, right? Cool, let's go.
Okay, so for the last time that the camera has
Yeah. Yo, man, it's Kyeezi the Tall Wonder, AKA Mr. B Great, AKA Work Hard 365, 24/7. Remember that greatness is something you practice every single day. Now go out there and be great. You never knew it, but I got it tatted on my arm. This is serious business, people. It's not a joke. We only got one life to live. Let's go. Dango.